Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Grosinger Motors Arena. Eric Konwinski alongside you here on the eve of the 17th annual Bloomington Fire versus Police Guns and Hoses game. You're ahead of the Bloomington Bison 7 p.m. puck drop in this building later tonight with the Fort Wayne Comets. It's going to be a face-off win by the boys in blue to start things off. And from the near side point, skating ahead now for the police and losing it on the entry is Kevin Reisbeck from Bloomington Police Department. So early puck possession for the police. Can't quite enter the zone. Talk about border security. Firefighters clogging that blue line. Neutral zone face-off one back by Mike Maines, but it's a giveaway forced by the police. Backhander across the width of the zone by Reisbeck. Loses it behind the net and kept at the near side point by Greg Davis. Davis down low, miscue on his pass, and sent up the boards and out to center ice. Now controlled by Jason Hammond. He'll float it in. First one to retrieve Corey Matheny. Matheny under siege, will drop it back for his left winger, and gaining speed is Brian Day on the outlet. Ran out of room and then tried the outlet feed. It was broken up before it could be collected cleanly by Summerfield. And the police retreat back behind their net. Look for a pass through neutral to Davis. Missed everyone in blue. And Jared Knoll will send that one up ice. We get a whistle here. Just 67 seconds off the clock in period number one. No shots officially recorded for either side. Game's been going on since 2007 here in Central Illinois. Please grab possession, near side face-off circle. Shot attempted off the stick of JT Gents. And now taken, top of the left circle with a shot, a save made. And the firefighters will clog down on that puck. Shot off the stick. And right into the stomach. Another ozone draw won by the police. Keeping at the point, Skylar Bagby will chip it deep. Get some help from the far side point man, but the firefighters get out to center ice. And now the rush towards the cage is Josh Eaton. Eaton loses it in a scrum. Across the width of center ice. And a shot from the slot. Rebound is out. And second attempt is also saved by the firefighters. Over 2 minutes gone now from this first frame. The police with 3 shots on net. Another save made by the firefighters. They look to get out of their zone, but can't come away with the puck off of the clear. It's grabbed by Ryan Gross. Angled up the neutral ice boards and taken away by the firefighters. Ian Wisher, lots of space, walks it in, and the puck rolls off his stick. But it's another save made, and that's the first one for the police recorded in this contest. 3 shots for the Bloomington Police, and just now that one for the firefighters off the stick of Ian Wisher. D-zone draw won by the police department. Skating up softly through neutral was Brandon Kocherka. Loses it though just inside the zone. Separ gets it forward. Jake Moore, slap shot and off a leg, angles wide. Skating in to keep the play alive is Zapper. And then stick on it. Floated all the way down, delayed icing. And play will come back in front of the police net. Shots favoring the police department 4-2 early, over 3 minutes gone from this first period. Still looking for the first goal. Offensive zone faceoff for Mike Maines, and he's not able to get the decision on it. Now Hammond skates out, pressuring the Firefighters through neutral. A little bit of a collision there, knocks Brad Slamma to the ice. And a stolen puck at center ice by Maines. Walks in, out of the right circle with a shot, save made. That'll be the third opportunity on net for the Police. Goaltender who keeps locked in. Back to the action here at Grosinger Motors Arena. Nearly 4 minutes gone from a scoreless first period between the Bloomington Fire and Police. And what a save as we get back to it by Carlos Aguilar. Already 5 saves by Carlos to begin this contest. 3 shots on goal for the Firefighters and 5 for the Police. Face-off won by the Police Department. And a floater of a shot bounces in for another routine save. They'll do it again. This time the Firefighters able to win that face-off. Glove down at the point though and skated forward by Davis. He lost it. Gaining speed through neutral is Easton. Feeds his left. Puck kept to the near side point now by Luke Poole. Poole through traffic. Kicked away, but still controlled by the Firefighters. Lots of space in towards that net. Day was not able to find a teammate in front to pot that one. And the Firefighters now feeling the pressure through neutral. Weaving his way in is Davis. Looks for help. Nobody around. Provide reinforcements for him. Although now on the line change. Sneaking in, he gets some help from Birch, and a save made by Aguilar once again. Puck over the glass. And it directed out of play, so no penalty on the sequence. 4 minutes, 55 seconds gone from this first period. Bloomington Police out shooting Firefighters 7-3. Now sent out by the defending squad. Back to get it is Gross. Ryan Gross connecting through neutral with Kevin Birch. Birch pulls back, fires, blocked shot by the defenseman, and the puck bounces all the way back to center ice. Hammond bobbled it. Looking for his winger, but the puck back onto the stick of Josh Hammond. Now across the slot, Brad Slamma. Space for the Police, and another blocked shot. Firefighters clogging lanes. Under pressure, Poole was knocked down to the near side boards for Moore. Jake Moore shoves the puck ahead to himself, not once but twice. Hoping to find a man in front. Moore in the corner, centering feed. Intercepted before it kicked to the net. Ryan Gross now back up for Slamma. Kept to the point by Troy Zepar. And puck didn't get all the way to the net. Zepar cross to Maines. His shot is saved by Adams. Austin Adams manning the crease for the Police. Bouncing off a glove and laying down on the near side for Dylan Miller. Miller walking in. Backhand attempt snagged out of the air by Aguilar. 13:29 remains in this first period. Still no score between Bloomington Police and Fire. 17th annual Guns and Hoses game. Face-off one cleaned back by Maines. Oh, and a trip. No arm up in the air. We'll continue 5-on-5. As Paul Zepar drops it back to his point man, Mike Maines. Now to center ice. Firefighters looking to head north. Matt Glover skating in, and he's knocked down to the ice. Glover with a couple of trips down on this play. And it looks like there will be a power play. So, first one not called, second one is. And Matt Glover draws the penalty. Going to, fittingly enough, the Bloomington PD sin bin is Greg Davis, member of the Peoria Park Police. 7 minutes and 1 second gone from this first period. First special teams action that we've seen today. Maines will take this face off to the left of Adams. It's one back to the point. Matheny to his left. Attempted to connect across the zone, but not able to find his man on the far side. And puck is cleared by the Police. Good block on the outlet feed by Steck. And the Firefighters will gain center ice. With control, over the line, taken behind the net. Ryan Day with it, still holding on. Day drops back, high slot, shoots, save made by Adams. Rebound still out, a couple of whacks at it by the Firefighters. Now a chance to get it deep from Miller, and he's successful in that venture. Just over a minute remains in this power play for the Firefighters. Into the skates of Ian Wisher. And down to the side of the crease. 45 seconds left in the power play. First man advantage for either squad. Right back into offensive ice goes Josh Easton. Drops it, save made, and the rebound is swallowed up as well. No secondary opportunity on that one. Shots now even 8-8. 37 seconds left in the power play for the Firefighters. Police had been out shooting the Firefighters for quite a bit of time earlier on in this contest. But of late, especially with the help of this power play, the Red squad evening things up. Draw one inadvertently from help from the wingers for the Police. Now it's a race for it. Billy Quinn tempted to cut off the angle and beat Wisher back to it. Knifing his way back into offensive territory is Hammond. Still shorthanded for 15 seconds are the Police. Bryce Jansen holds to the right of his goaltender. Jansen across the zone to Gross. And all the way out, it exploded back to 5-on-5 hockey as Davis steps out onto the frozen pond. And he gets the puck from the defenseman. Davis fresh out of the penalty box. Walks in, shoots, save made by Aguilar. Firefighters able to angle the puck out to neutral. Now trying to start up a rush of their own. Easton dropped it for Day and a little miscue. Hybrid icing will be called on the police department. 10:31 left in this scoreless first period. And right back to work. Into offensive ice will go the Firefighters. Firefighters from behind the net, looking for a centering option. A lot of sticks and bodies in lanes by the police. They angle the puck off the boards and jumps away from the stick of Steven Zimmerman. That'll be chased back down. Troy Zappar into his own zone in front of the bench now as he sauced it forward. Low retreating back in his own zone is Jake Moore. Moore enters offensive ice. A shot from the high slot is blocked by Slamma. And a recovery by the aforementioned. Slamma heads north. Has Manzano with him to his left. Manzano holds at the blue. Slamma over the boards. And into the boards. That collision allows Moore to take the puck away. Poole attempted to get it deep and was successful in that, but can't control as Bagby has it now. Bagby across at the blue line. Finds Shentis. Booted ahead by Birch. Kept alive by the police for a moment. And then the Firefighters able to clear. 9 minutes, 12 seconds left in this first period. Still looking for the first goal. And they won't call icing on that one. Mains retrieves. Up the wall. Hoping to find Cheeseman. Turnover forced by the police. And then given right back. These two teams continue to play catch with the puck. Bombling, won't cooperate for either side quite yet. Shoved forward by Glover. Into offensive ice goes the Firefighters. Delayed offside, they tag up. And nobody there to forecheck. So Bagby sends it ahead to center ice for Birch. Then given away. A recovery made. Chipped in off the outstretched stick of Kocherka. With it now is Moore. Coming back, Day looking for the seam feed. And he had Glover heading to the house, but broken up before the puck could get there. Now a foot race. Lift to the stick and great forecheck and an even better save by Aguilar. As trying to win the race and cut away any opportunity of icing was Birch. Nearly added offense on that rush. Greg Davis into the zone, loses the puck. Paul Zappar will throw it back down deep. Under 8 minutes to go in this first frame. Still looking for the first goal. 17th annual Guns N' Hoses game. Wisher flopped it in. Davis returns it through center. Christensen couldn't collect. Skating ahead now in front of the benches is Knoll. Knoll in pursuit. Chases behind the net. Lots of space. Wisher with the shot. Save made by Adams. Rebound is out. It was a quick whistle. And so no further chances on the play. Steve Summerfield is looking to make it 1-0 game for the Fire Department. We'll have to look further with 7:15 to go in the first period. Giveaway at the point, and a shot from the blue line. Fought off by Adams. Cleared out of the zone by Billy Quinn. Quick re-entry. Josh Easton on the far side, then loses it. Nifty stick work put on display by the police. Although falling on the entry. Unfortunate happenstance. It was Kevin Steck falling over the blue. 6:46 left in this scoreless first period. Shots 11-10 favoring the fire department. Retrieving behind his net now. Getting to the puck was Troy Zappar. Feeling the pressure. Keeps it away. Throws it errantly up the far side boards. Easton wasn't home. And so the police department will regather at center ice. Delayed offside. Gross waits. Bunch got back over the line. Nobody home at center except for Ryan Gross, who will grab. Pushed ahead in front of the benches. Good stick work there by Klein. Police pass it across the red line at center. Nobody on the near side, though, to collect it. 5.5 to go in this first period. A chance for the firefighters. They shoot it high. Release coming off the stick of Davison. Awkward collision. Whistle spring the police. Greg Davis from Peoria Park Police. Right side circle takes a shot. Saved by Carlos Aguilar once more. Centering feed right back to the slot. Attempting to release. Slapper is blocked. Jansen in a race to the far side of hash marks. And a keep at the point by Slamma with a slap shot. Angled wide. Dropped it back for Davis. He floats one in from the wall. And Aguilar with another cover. 4:48 remaining in this first period. Still looking for the first goal between the police and the firefighters. Bloomington PD out shooting 12-11. Slim margin as they go back to work in offensive ice. Face-off one clean by the boys in blue. Threw it for the far side. Manzana was not able to get a handle to it. He grabs now. Manzana, soft pass across the width of the ice that's intercepted. Forced out by Dave. And given right back to the police. Slamma once more with possession. Played a little physically. Loses the puck. Nice move put on by Maines. Walks it in. Has a man. Doesn't need him. He scores. Mike Maines makes it 1-0 for the fire department. Stolen puck, way back on the other side, and a 2-on nobody. Makes it 1-0 for the Hoses. So back to work each team goes, and now we'll see how the police respond. But it's going to be the fire department with a rush into offensive ice. Puck stolen from their own side of center by Greg Davis. He'll walk it in himself. Davis wants the answer. Shoots. Save made by Aguilar. Fantastic with the left pad. Has now 13 saves in this game. Slapper from center. Shoved away by the fire department's goaltender. Recollected in neutral. And skating forward with it now is Kevin Birch. His shot sticked away by Aguilar. Nobody home on the near side point, so taking a skate back to get control of the puck is Dylan Miller. Miller finds Kocherka and a delayed offside, so police had to tag up. Three minutes left in the first period. Back to Miller as things slowed down. 1-0 for the fire department, and a chance to make it more. Right side with the shot, Easton, angled wide. Not much to look at. Adams did a good job to block all net behind him. Controlled by the fire department on the far side. Slipped through to the near side boards. Broken up before it could get to Glover. Christensen loses it. So Zimmerman waits. Under 2.5 to go in this first period. 1-0 for the visiting fire department. Paul Zepar can't let the release come from his twig, so he'll find Moore behind the net. Moore up to the slot. Bouncing puck, still loose. And the police will try to get it out. Wow, there's a collision in front of the net. And that's a blast from the stick of Troy Zepar. And it'll get a whistle with save by Adams. 1 minute, 50 seconds on the clock. Remains in period number 1. Fire department up 1-0 over the police. .90 seconds left to go in this opening period. 1-0 game favoring the puck-possessing fire department. Still hold in center. Moore sees some room and he'll take it. Jake Moore with the shot, angled away by the netminder Adams. Moore still working. On the far side, dropped it to the top of the zone. Brian Day chipped in. Adams with the save. Puck didn't cross the line. It was close, but he kept it out. Exactly 60 seconds left on the clock. So the fire department lines up in offensive ice. Looking to cause more damage. Brian Day around the net. Bit of a collision, no call on the play. Matheny loses it into a crowd, and the police can't control out of their zone. Hard dumping off the glass, would fall down. Into the corner and looking for help there was Bagby. Day back in his own zone. Giveaway forced. Now powering ahead is Bagby. No one there on the far side as the puck rolls back through neutral. In front of the benches. Just 14 seconds left in this frame. Grabbing it is Manzana. Chips one in on Aguilar, and he'll stop play with 8.5 seconds left in this first period. So the police with the chance and enough time to try and even this one up before the intermission. Slama tried to shoot it off of the face-off. Was not successful in doing so. That puck angles out of play with 1.9 left on the clock. That'll do it for the first period of play between the Bloomington Fire Department and the Bloomington Police Department. The 17th annual Guns and Hoses game here in Central Illinois. And the Fire Department up 1-0, courtesy of Mike Maines. Got it done on a breakaway at 15:42 to give the visiting Fire Department a 1-0 lead. Now, Carlos Aguilar has been under siege today. 16 saves in that first frame, opposing him 200 feet away. Austin Adams credited with 13 saves on 14 shots faced. We'll step aside and rejoin after the intermission for the second period. Back here at Grosinger Motors Arena for the 17th annual Guns and Hoses game between the Bloomington Fire Department and police departments. Firefighters up 1-0 after 20 minutes of play, courtesy of Mike Maines. Scored with just over 4.5 left in that first period. Shots favoring the police 16-14, but they're down on the scoreboard. Dumped in deep by the firefighters to kick off this middle period. Looking to spring at Salama. And then the police lose possession just inside of offensive ice. Cheeseman looked to have lost an edge and fell down in the corner. Now a chance to get a shot on net. Looking to free his stick is Davis. Davis intercepted in the slot and cleared out from Wisher. All the way down, although coming back to play it. They're going to call icing either way. Pat Schmid in net now for the police department. So he gets a touch to the puck. Austin Adams from the Illinois Department of Corrections was in for the first frame. Saved 13 of 14 pucks that came his way. Angled off the boards as it was dumped forward by Troy Zappar. And a giveaway by the police at center. Zimmerman right back to work. Zimmerman then checked, lost the puck. Centered, getting a stick to it is Schmid. Slapped out of the zone by Kocherka and pressuring at the offensive blue line. But Zappar with strong defensive effort to keep it away. Lobbed out of the air by Nowatzki. Troy Zappar to his right, loading up for a shot. Maines attempt to get his second of the game, swallowed up as Pat Schmid makes the save. Minute 35 off the clock here in period number 2. Fire department going to work in offensive ice. Slap shot through traffic by Brian Day, fought off by Pat Schmid. Still circling the perimeter of the zone with possession, though, are the men in red. Moore across the width of the zone from far to near. Orland left it there from Anthony on the wall. And it's slapped away from the scrum by Hammond. In pursuit on the back check. Day to the blue, but not out. Then it hit Christensen, who had lost his stick. Christensen moves that back to the blue line for Kocherka. Christensen, left side circle, slings one wide of the net. Off the end boards, took an odd bounce and never came out front. Kept at the point, slap pass by Hammond over to the left side circle, hoping for Quinn. Was not able to be corralled by him, though. And then on the outlet feed, Moore was stripped of the puck. Gross dropped it back and all the way through neutral. Playing catch now, Firefighters in offensive ice. Good stick work put on by Jake Moore. His shot goes in, they score. It's 2-0, Firefighters. Change up on the release by Jake Moore from Normal FD. And it's 2-0 for the Firefighters. Early stage of this second frame. A late goal in the first to make it 1-0 and doubling up. Just 2 minutes and 47 seconds into the middle period. looking to add, excuse the pun, even more of the Firefighters. As Jake Moore makes it 2-0 for the Red Squad. The Police surviving for now as Dylan Miller holds behind his net. Outlet feed onto the stick of Riesbeck. Angled ahead, then back to Miller. Slap shot attempted, angled wide off the side of the net. Back to his own puck, leaves it there. Shot blocked in front. Getting in the way of it was Jared Knoll. And a big check on the near side. Oh, and then falling down to the ice is Mike Maines. Mays exchanging words. Maines and Miller getting into it. Things are getting heated. Kevin Riesbeck frustrated of the Bloomington PD, and he sees his teammate in the sin bin. But it is Miller who sits for the Opes' 2 minutes. One power play in that first period. Plays 0 for 1. And now they're tasked with a penalty kill. .16:07 still to be played here in this second period. Miller sits in the box. Roughing the call. Police all over it. And a clearing attempt that was stopped by Zappar. Kept in at the blue line. Outlet feed, short-handed. For the Police, not quite able to pull that puck back was Brad Slamma. Day drops to his right. Zappar in and around. Sticked momentarily, at least by the Police. And they'll send it deep. Firefighters lose it at the line. Good keep it by the short-handed Bagby. 60 seconds left in this power play for the Firefighters. And the Police with a good chance. Try and crack that crease. Aguilar has stopped 18 of 18 that have come his way. Puck angled wide of the net. Of course, no icing on the short-handed Police. Bagby to center ice. Puck bounced off a shin pad. Helped the rest of the way in by Birch. Birch now chasing his own dump-in attempt. Aguilar plays it off the stick from the side of the net. Tapped by Poole. And Moore. Backhand spinorama attempted. He scores! Second straight goal for Jake Moore. What a beauty. The spinorama finishes it off on the backhand. And it's 3-0 Firefighters. Power play goal. Back to work on offensive ice go the firefighters. Closing the gap on the back check was Zimmerman. And a tumble taken by Ryan Gross. Carried ahead inside of offensive ice. And a trickle puck in behind. It didn't go in. No goal. Rolling towards the goal line, but not over it. As Schmid is able to remain poised and keep that puck out. So the fire department scoring 2 goals on 5 shots so far here in the second frame. Nearly got another one for their totals on the last shift. Nearly the key word. Birch knocked down his man at center and lost the puck in that collision. Then the fire department offside on the entry. That stops the action. 13:32 still to play in this middle period. So neutral zone face-off upcoming in front of the fire department bench. An attempt to win it forward doesn't work out for the FD. They'll flop the puck in from center. And the police under pressure. They gave it away. No arm up in the air on that collision in the corner. Though raising his arms up now, the referee. And a penalty called on the fire department. They'll touch up. And we'll get the call. So just a few minutes after allowing a power play goal, the police get a chance to score one for themselves. Roughing called on Paul Zappar. Police down by 3. 13:03 left to go in the second period. Face-off won by the firefighters, but kept in by Miller at the point. Miller with a shot off the skate of his winger in front, Hammond. Stuff attempt, it won't work out. Aguilar stays strong. And the fire department gets the clear. Slam a puck on stick. Heading into offensive ice, takes a sharp angle shot. Ends up side of the cage, shot off the end boards by Knoll. And another clear by BFD. Slamma drops for Hammond. His shot is saved by Aguilar. No rebound given up as that shot is absorbed. Still 71 seconds left to work with on the power play, though. And a couple of chances by the police department. Now out shooting once again, and what they had for a large stretch at the beginning of the game. Gave up a bit. And now 21 shots for the police, 20 for the firefighters. Slamma gives it away. And taken short-handed up ice by Maines. In a bid for his second of the game. What a save by Schmid. Keeps it within reach. Pat Schmid with the short-handed breakaway save. Bison could have used that last night. Firefighters closing the gap. Still killing off the penalty for 40 more seconds. Troy Zappar back skates into his own end. Oh, and sails that puck all the way down to kill even more time. Just 25 change left on this penalty. Puck quickly slapped all the way down off the stick of Steven Zimmerman. Now just 3 seconds left in the power play. Zappar will head all the way across the ice to the bench after sitting for 2 minutes. Another penalty on the play. It'll be to the Firefighters. They're going right back to the kill. Still can't get possession though. The Police buzzing, and now collected by Zimmerman. Interference is motioned for here, just nearing the halfway point of regulation. 9 minutes, 28 seconds have dribbled off the clock here in period number 2. 2 goals scored in this second frame, both off the stick of Jake Moore. Though his squad now tasked with back-to-back penalty kills, as heading to the sin bin is Justin Sullivan. Face off one forward by Birch. Close of the gap. Matheny attempting to keep it away from the Police. And the Police get on the board. Power play goal. Shot from the point. We'll see if it was deflected or not. As who leads the line in front of the benches? It's going to be Brendan Bunch. Looked like maybe the shot from the point, JT Gentis. And a little bit of collision on the way through. See what it's announced as here in the building. Lots of bodies in front, and a power play goal for both teams here in the second. Okay, so it's announced as Ryan Gross. So power play goals back to back. The third fire department goal and the first for the Police. Jeff Day sauces the puck in along the boards. Behind his net to settle it down is Schmid. And centering feed goes past everyone. And will be called icing. 9:22 left to go in this second period. Now just a 2-shot contest. The only goal in the first came off the stick of Mike Maines. And Jake Moore added 2 more in a span of 2 minutes and 50 seconds. One even strength and one power play for the fire department. Then just over 4 minutes later, Ryan Gross comes up with the answer. 3-1 marker. And the first goal on the board for the Police goes down as a power play goal. Three on one for the Police. Right side, pass across. And it's behind Christensen. Taken up the ice by Ian Wisher. Wisher leads the rush. Has 2 men in front of the net going, looking for the pass. Wraparound attempted. Oh, into the far side corner. Just couldn't finish it off. Chip back for Knoll. 8:50 to go in the second period. 3-1 game favoring the fire department. Knoll to center ice and then tipped off the stick of Paul Zappar. Nice steal by Moore for his hat trick. He's saved by Schmid and the rebound as well. Puck thrown into the corner. And down ice, not icing. 8:25 to go in the second. Slam out of the far side of the zone by Jared Knoll. Brought back in by Zappar. Knoll is there to recover. Knoll off the boards and out to center, then brought back in by the fire department. Race for it up ice and a check thrown by Moore. Police looking to make it a one-shot game, and what a save by Carlos Aguilar. Shuts the door exactly 12 minutes into this second period. Draw one by the police department. They can't keep it inside the zone. Jumped away from Miller. Rifles it back in. Matheny trying to keep it alive. And a good job to hold the point by the police. Up top for Miller. Back down low. Can't connect cleanly. And around the far side. Man up ice. Cherry picking. Tempted here as Maines stepped into by Miller. Maines wide open in front. Couldn't get the feed coming to him. As the police scrambling. Shot from far out goes wide. Maines was dumped. Oh, and now Maines getting into it. And physicality continuing. First responders protecting the public, but can they protect each other? We'll see. Maines and Miller were getting into it. And here they go again. Maines 1-on-2 with Miller. Walks it to the net. Backhand. He scores! Second goal of the game for Mike Maines. You can knock him down, but you can't keep him down. And he comes out on top in that sequence. Couple of 2-goal performances by the fire department. Jake Moore and Mike Maines. That goal coming at 13:09. That increases the lead once more to a 3-goal difference, but Slamo wants to send it home. Rebound is out. What a stop by Aguilar. My goodness. It stays out. Looking around for that puck, ended up in his equipment somewhere. Carlos making sure that everything is where it needs to be. Face off won by Slamma. Back to the point. Bagby down low along the boards. Stick to head. Manzana back door. Slamma can get it to him. High slot. Lost control. He was checked off of the puck, but a penalty is the reason why. And a slashing penalty is assessed to the fire department. Steven Zimmerman will go to the sin bin. That's the wrong penalty box that he's trying to go into. Either way, that's Corey Matheny. Frustrated with the call. Won't change the mind of the officials. So the police department scored their only goal so far in this contest on the power play. They'll look to try and double up their totals. The puck escaped out of the zone. Bagby will slap it in. Aguilar grabbing the puck out of the air. Under 6 minutes to go in the second period. 11 seconds off the power play. Around the perimeter. Slamo with possession, shoots it, lots of traffic, puck is loose, rebound saved by Aguilar. Tie-up between Slama and Knoll, and another power play upcoming for the Police. So the Firefighters touch up in a 5-on-3. So a 5-on-3. Wow, and 2 penalties called on the same sequence. So we'll have a 5-on-3 for 2 full minutes. Discussions continue. 5:22 left to go in the second period. 4-1 game. Fire department leading the police department. Police looking at an extended 5-on-3 upcoming. All right, after much discussion, looks like we're ready to go. 5:22 remaining in the second period. 5-on-3 for a very long time for the police department. Slamo wins face-off to the left point. That shot goes in. It's a 2-goal game. Back-to-back power play goals by the Police. Dylan Miller from McLean Police Department with the 4-2 marker. And still on a 5-on-3 remain the Police. Back to work on offensive ice goes BPD. Troy Zappar can't control Slamma from behind the net, out front. Bounced away from Hammond. And then a collision between Hammond and looked like Poole. That was Hammond and Easton. And a penalty upcoming to the Police. So penalty troubles continuing. Hammond gets nabbed with the interference penalty. 4:37 remain in the second period. And that'll be a 4-on-3 power play. We'll get to 4-on-4 in 76 seconds, and then 4 seconds later will be a power play for the Police. Or rather, for the Fire Department. Still a 4-on-3 power play, though. Slamma brings the puck in, dropped it to no one in particular. It was intercepted by Easton and out to center. Police tag up, and the shot into the glove of Aguilar. Face-off one forward by the Fire Department. Up the near side boards. Mike Maines with a pair of goals in this game. He'll shoot it all the way down on the penalty kill still for 45 more seconds. Puck is lost down ice. Zappar gets there, and icing is called on the Police. 38 seconds left on the 4-on-3. And then 5 seconds later, it'll be a power play for the Fire Department. Face-off one back by the penalty-killing Fire Department. Summerfield got it deep. 15 seconds to go. And the puck comes out. Still loose. Tracked by Aguilar underneath that glove. Just 9 seconds left in the initial penalty. 14 seconds left in the second one. All and more in the penalty box for the Fire Department. Hammond will remain in the sin bin for another 40 seconds after these two Fire Department penalties expire. Police, an offensive ice, get the puck in behind the cage. Down past center ice, back into his own zone goes Ryan Gross. Icing is going to be called on the Police, who are now on a power play. 30 seconds of power play time for the Police Department. 3 minutes and 7 seconds remain in this second period. Fire Department up 4-2 over the Police. Draw at center ice, shoved forward by the fire department. Police rifle it around. 20 seconds left in the kill. Jared Knoll holding behind the net. Finds a man up the far side boards. Help to be worked out of the zone from Jake Cheeseman. And the police send the puck down right as the penalty expired. Not sure if that would go for icing. They're going to put it, looks like, back in the police D end. 2 minutes and 33 seconds left in a second. (17:27) has expired here in period 2. Slap shot from the point is kicked away by Schmid. Past center ice goes Christensen. Looking for a help. Gets it from Billy Quinn. Sent it the rest of the way in. And a dish feed ahead off the skate. Jake Moore has 2 goals. Moore drops, collected by Poole. Poole from a sharp angle. Falls down for Moore. Firefighters buzzing to the right side. Point shot in. Is tracked again off the stick of Wisher that time. But taken away by Schmidt. 18 minutes gone from the second. 5 goals scored here in this middle frame. Firefighters led 1-0 after 20 minutes. Jumped up 3-0. Police answered, and then the Firefighters followed suit to make it 4-1. And the Police got another one back. 2 power play goals for Bloomington Police, 1 for Bloomington Fire. Another icing by the boys in blue. .147 left in this second frame. Ozone draw for Maines. Can't come away with the decision. 1 back by Kevin Raisbeck. Now the Police go to work. 2-on-1. Raisbeck heading to the net. Pass across and a pad save by Aguilar. Raisbeck couldn't lift it. Now a 2-on-2 the other way. Maines walks in, attempts a backhand. Puck is loose behind. And is it in? No, they say it did not cross. Once again, Schmid coming away with it as Mike Maines was that close to getting his hat trick goal. 78 seconds remain in this middle period. And the Police out shooting the Fire 32-27. Schmid under siege here in this second frame. Fresh personnel over the boards for both sides. And taking the face off once again will be Maines. Be opposed by Slama this time, however. Stick slap down, face off 1 by the Firefighters. Day keeps it in. Collision behind the net, arm goes up, penalty on the play. So more special teams. It'll be a penalty on the Firefighters. Last minute of play in this second frame. And Hammond can't take the puck away from Day. To the sin bin goes BFD once again. Zappar with his second penalty of this game. 57.1 left in the second period. So the Police Department with 2 goals in this game, 2 power play goals in this game. And they have a chance to get another one here late. 57 seconds left in the middle period. And 2 minutes up on the board. And out of the zone, the puck goes. Outlet feed is intercepted by Easton at center. Thrown in by the Firefighters. 40 seconds left in the middle frame. Police loading up on the power play. Slamma dishes across to no one in particular. It's tracked down against the wall by Bagby. And then Slamma chips ahead again. Bagby under pressure. Trips down his opposition. Arm up in the air on that play. And a hand pass will stop the action. 14.1 left in the second. .63 seconds will remain of a power play when we get back to work in the third period. If there's no scoring in this next 14.1 seconds up on the board. Stick slapped down. Face-off is one clean by the fire department. Holding are the police. 4 seconds left in the period. And the puck comes out to neutral. That'll do it for the middle frame as Dave fires deep. 63 seconds of a power play remains for BPD when we return for the third period of action. Bloomington Fire Department led 1-0 through 20 minutes. And both teams exploding for lots of offense. 3 power play goals in that second period. 2 for the police, 1 for the firefighters. And a 4-2 lead for Bloomington Fire. Heading into the third period of the 17th annual Guns in the Hoses game. Third period action from Grosinger Motors Arena when we come back. Back here at Grosinger Motors Arena, fire department 50 seconds of a penalty kill. Still remains on the board. Start this third frame. BPD scoring twice on the power play in the second period. Looking to make it 3 power play goals in this game. Down 4-2 to the fire department. Fire play it down low in the near side corner. Rolled around to the far side of the zone. Intercepted by Bryce Jansen. And then the police are guilty of icing the puck. Just 51, or rather 41 seconds into this final regulation frame. Face-off won by the police, and another outlet feed that won't work out, although the speed right now, Jansen looked like he would have got there first. The hybrid icing results in another face-off, this time with 51 seconds gone from the third frames. Just 10 seconds off the clock in that sequence. 13 seconds of a power play remains on the other side of this face-off for the Bloomington Police, all the way back down in front of their goaltender. The net manned once again by Austin Adams. Pat Schmidt took over in the second. Adams started the game and will likely finish it looks like. Stick slapped down on the draw. Backhanded in deep. Now up the wall, pushed out by Bunch. Kept in. Mains. And now back to full strength is the fire department. Brad Slamma gets the puck, takes a shot, and Aguilar never had to make the save. The attempt went wide. Jared Knoll waiting for an opportunity. Found his deep partner, and Luke Poole helps to get it down. All the way down, though. Icing. Center ice, puck grabbed by the police. Miller across the width of neutral. DeGentes. He lost it today. Pass through the slot, cleaned up by the police. Attempting to let it fly was Nowatzki. Miller trips up his man, going past. And a penalty is coming up once again to the police department. Fire department with some luck on the power play in the second period. And right back to work on the power play. 2 minutes, 23 seconds into this third. So Miller sits in the box, 2 minutes for tripping a call on the ice. Mike Mains, 2 goals for the fire department, as does Jake Moore have 2 goals, but it's BPD shorthanded with a rush. That shot is saved by Aguilar. Back to get it, Greg Davis. Angle was cut off. Angled out past center ice. All the way down towards Adams. Adams played to his right on a race between Ryan Gross, who had the first PD goal. Can't come away with the puck. Hard battling put on by Easton to the point. That slap shot by Day, angles wide. Track to the far side boards, but a good close to the gap along the wall by Luke Poole, and he keeps this play alive for the fire department. Over half of the power play now has come and gone for BFD. Knocked down just inside of the zone and struggling to get up to his skates. It's Jake Cheeseman. Easton wants the puck, was calling for it, never arrived. And so Poole will skate ahead north. Nobody taking away the ice. Poole with a shot, sticked away by Adams. Oh, and then he dumps his man into the end boards. Falling down with that collision and a break for Jansen. Shoots, saved by Carlos Aguilar once more. Excellent goaltending continuing for the Bloomington Fire Department. Then a collision into the net. It was Kevin Raisbeck going in hard. 16 seconds left to kill for the Police. And they'll get an offensive zone face-off on the other side of that, but fantastic breakaway save forced on Aguilar. And then the puck was not cleared. Collision, and so Carlos makes sure that he's all set, and the draw will come in front of the penalty boxes. Puck chopped down by the fire department on the power play from their own side of center. So icing will bring it back down. Once again, the fire department forcing a play out of their end. And not able to capitalize on the power play, but still up by 2 goals. It is BFD. Zimmerman fires it deep. Up through center. And just off the twig of Raisbeck. Penalty upcoming to the fire department once again as Slamo was hauled down. Third time this game. Paul Zappar is going to the penalty box. Another save by Aguilar. Already 35 shots on goal credited to the police department. 33 saves. Carlos has been in net for all of them. Slama wins the draw. And another save. Well, that time it wasn't. It was a blocked shot as Dave fell down to get in front of it. Charging ahead, Mike Maines backhanded the puck skyward into the netting and out of play. Delaying at center are the police. Inside, it looked like it was close. Onside play. Slamo with a shot. It was blocked before it could get to the net. Secondary chance off the side of the cage. Sails up into the air and drops down. Sticks in lanes. Won't allow the police to get more possession of it on the power play. Half of that power play has now come and gone. Davis called offside. No, too many men on the ice. A bit of a delayed change as Bagby was slow getting to the bench. And so that will bring up 4-on-4, it looks like. 6 minutes and 14 seconds gone from this third period. So Bagby called too many men on the ice, and he'll sit. 4-on-4 hockey for another 44 seconds. 2-goal game between Fire and Police. Day looks for an option, takes the shot, shrugged out of play by Adams. Tip in front, 4-on-4 goal for BFD. The fire department goes up by 3 goals, leading the line in front of the benches. Looks to be Luke Pohl, perhaps. Troy Zappar in the mix as well. 13:05 still to go in this third period. Fire department had been up 3-0. Police made a game of it, reclaiming that somewhat lopsided lead. Are the boys in red. Outlet attempted now to the near side for a Bunch, who takes a shot into the far side corner. Angled off the corner boards, and Knoll will fling it around the near side. Rebounds to Miller at center, back skating into his own zone. Looking to send it further ahead, but intercepted. Walk back in, into the slot. Backhanders denied by the outstretched glove of Adams. As Poole was looking for back-to-back shifts with points. Knoll, who carries now, had 2 goals in this contest. Still awaiting the announcement over the PA system of that 5th Firefighters goal. But Jake Moore and Mike Maines with a pair in this contest. Moore circling, far side, off the pipe, and it stays out. Here's that announcement as the police will finish off the kill for the too many men on the ice. Over 8 minutes gone from the third period. Police out shooting the Firefighters, 35-29. Up 5-2 are the Firefighters, however. Shot from the point for that 5th Firefighters goal was Ian Wishart. Sent forward at center ice by Poole. Chasing but not quite able to get there. The winger down low, and then Day gloves it. Looks close. They allow play to continue. Greg Davis with the puck now. Works it. High slot in his own zone. Angled off the boards in front of the benches, but away from Jansen. And all the way down the other way. Adam watches that fall down to his left. No icing called as we approach the halfway point of this 3rd period. Bagby up ahead to his left. And now skating in is Greg Davis. Davis under siege by a couple of Firefighters. Now a 2-on-1 back skating though. Able to keep that puck away was JT Gentis. Back to him. Off of Bagby and into offensive ice. Raisbeck then lost it to Day. He takes a peek, being pressured. Couldn't find it cleanly onto the stick ahead of him. And the Police clean up in their own end once more, but off the stick of Davis and turned over. Here's Day. Shot goes well wide on the near side. Angled out of the reach of Matt Glover on the far boards. And all the way down through center. A giveaway. Here's Slamma in alone. Takes the shot. And Aguilar with the save. Second opportunity sent through the crease behind the netminder. Stick battle in neutral. And Davis will look to bring it back in. Slamma stayed offside. And Davis let the release go into a couple of red bodies. Snagged away and skated ahead by the Firefighters. It's Easton. Walks in all alone. And it's a save on the 5-0 attempt by Adams. And then in front, not able to clean it up. And looking rather frustrated was Cheeseman. Davis back to work. 9:15 to go in the 3rd period. A vacant blue line means the puck will go back to center ice for Ryan Gross. Davis then lost it. Pick was set. And here comes Poole. Down Main Street. Shoots. Scores. It's Wisher with another one. Back-to-back goals, and now 3 Firefighters with 2-goal games. All alone from the blue line in. Which are able to get the step away from Gross. Finishes it off, and now Adams back on the bench and is replaced by Schmid, who played in the 2nd period for the Police. Exactly 11 minutes off the clock here in this final regulation frame. Now a 4-goal contest. Gross bobbles the puck as his centerman won it back to him. Chipped ahead and stolen by the Firefighters. Jared Knoll with space on the far side. Ends up behind the net. And at the left hash marks, closing the gap and taking control is Jake Moore. Moore behind the cage. Right side circle. Now high slot. His shot goes wide. Off the end boards. They score. Jared Knoll makes it 7-2. Firefighters. 8:24 remaining in the third period. Fire department running away with it. 7-2 lead over the police. Shots fairly even, just a 4 tally difference in that column. Police leading. Knoll with the most recent chance. Not able to hold the point, though, was Zappar. The Firefighters lose it across neutral. Jansen steals. Setting up his man, Raysbeck. Carlos Aguilar with 34 saves so far in this contest. I'm not sure that one was a scoring attempt. We'll see if they add another save to his totals as the puck rolled in on net from the half wall. Outlet works all the way through neutral ice from Poole, but taken away by Slamma. Back into the zone for the police. Left side, top of the circle. Low danger opportunity fought off by Aguilar. Then a second chance was off the side of the cage. Kept in by the skate up top, Josh Hammond. 7:10 to go in the third period. Police down by 5. Slamma with the slap shot, back door. There was an opening. Not able to find a handle to it, though, was the police winger. Davis walks at center. Careful not to take another too many men on the ice penalty in this contest was the police. Birch knifes his way in. Lost it, but Davis there to retrieve. Davis takes a bump. Easton still providing physical pressure, as it's Hammond who drifts behind the net to grab for the police. And skates through the left side circle, walking to the slot. Hammond still possessing, right side, takes the shot, and a save by Aguilar. Got it with the pad, and in desperation, Easton sends down the length. .6:20 remaining in the third period. Shots now 40-32, favoring the police, but they're down by 5 where it matters most. Corner battle, attempting to free the puck for the police. Not able to, away from Sullivan. And look at the speed put on here. Pass through the slot, misses its target on the near side boards. Miller grabs for BPD. The outlet off in opposition, walking in, and a shot saved by Adams on Wisher, who has 2 goals in this third period. Ian Wisher with 2 goals, Jake Moore with 2 goals, Mike Maines with 2 goals, and Jared Knoll with 1 goal for the fire department. Dylan Miller and Ryan Gross, the goals for the police. Draw to the left of, check that, it's Schmid, as now Jansen on a breakaway is denied. Never allowed to get the shot. Wisher on the back check takes away that chance for the police. And here come Mike Maines on the right side, feeds the slot. Wisher can't find it in his skates. Poking ahead past center, Raysbeck attempts to steal the puck from Troy Zappar. Zappar finds Maines. The stretch feed intercepted by Slamma. Ran out of room at the wall, tries to take it to the center of the ice, and he's stripped of the puck. A one on nobody. Mike Maines for the hat trick on the breakaway. The loose puck, side of the net. Denied by Schmid. Wraparound attempted, keeps it alive. Maines is denied again. Thrown down and no arm. Physical play, but illegal play. Deems the referee. Puck all the way down the ice, but not enough to go for icing. Mike Mann's in a bid for his hat trick, not once but twice. On that last sequence, Pat Schmid says no. And the Police trying to lock it down in their own end. Troy Zappar wins the board battle away from Davis. From far side to near. And out past center ice. We'll see who has gas in the tank. 200-foot shift. Troy Zappar back to it. Angles off the end boards behind his goaltender. And then sent down ice. Wide of the net, icing. 4 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the third period. Firefighters up 7-2 over the Police. Draw upcoming to the right of Carlos Aguilar. 38 saves credited. One to Brian Day. He'll rim it around behind the net and up the far side. Just out of the reach of Jeff Day with that outlet feed. Be cleaned up by the Police. Gentis. Shouldered a bit by Easton on the back check, but keeps going forward. Centering pass in at the side of the net. Ran out of room. Kevin Birch couldn't get that attempt on. Kept at the line by Davis. He'll walk in. Greg Davis for the shot. Aguilar with a save. Clearing attempt was friendly fire by the Firefighters. Sullivan couldn't get it out. Another save by Aguilar. 3:22 left in the third period. Police back door, far side, and a pad save. Birch was stopped, and now Manzana keeping the puck alive in offensive ice. Davis through traffic. Another bid stopped. Jeff Day will send it down the length. Out into the corner to play it. Schmid. Nearly gave it away to Brian Day. Brian Day battling, takes it from Manzana, sent it up front, and the shot didn't come. Second opportunity in all alone in front was Sullivan, and now he's getting roughed up by Hammond. And now we got more hugging at the side of the net. Jason Hammond getting into it for the Police and being opposed by Luke Poole. – 7-2 score differential late stages in the third period will do that to you. 2:39 left on the clock. Hammond and Poole sit in their respective penalty boxes. It's all a wash. 5-on-5 resumes. 2:35 left in this game. Knoll not able to hold at the point. Tracks back into his own end. Lost the puck momentarily to Riesbeck, but he can't control. Police pressuring, forcing Knoll to send that all the way down. Icing is called on the Firefighters with 2:14 left in the third. Face-off won by BPD. Send into the corner. And just past the point, kept at the blue line. And a slap down low off the stick of Skylar Bagby from McLean County Sheriff's Office, hoping to do some damage late. Under 2 minutes to go in this third period. And they're getting curfewed. Clock running. However, will the comeback happen now? 1:45 and continuing to tick down. Firefighters were up 3-0 in this game, 1-0 going into the second period, then made it 3-0 with 2 quick ones to begin the second. Police got it back on the power play, and then Firefighters scored again, made it 4-1. Turned into 4-2. The Police with another power play goal. After that, a span of 3 power play goals and a shorthanded goal, all in about 3 minutes. Back to the power play goes the Police with just over a minute left on the clock. Then after that, of course, it's been all Firefighters. After that 4-2 goal that favored the Police. So 3 straight goals by the Firefighters. And a 7-2 score on the board. 45 seconds left. This clock continuing to tick down, rolling on. Play still delayed in resuming here. Face-off one back to Slamma, and some chaos in front. Hit a body, not quite on net. Aguilar with perhaps one final save as the whistle goes, and that'll do it. 5 seconds, time ticking down. Firefighters win the 17th annual Guns and Hoses game here in Central Illinois by a final of 7-2. 2-goal performances by the Firefighters from Jake Moore, Mike Maines, and Ian Wisher. Jared Knoll comes up with the 7th Firefighters goal. For the Police, Ryan Gross and Dylan Miller. Thanks for everyone for tuning in and hanging out with us here on a Saturday afternoon. Join in the evening as the Bison play the Fort Wayne Comets at 7 p.m. All from Grossinger Motors Arena. Eric Konowinski saying thanks for tuning in once more. We'll catch you later.